You have been captured and imprisoned by the goblins of Mount Graham. Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the Line Unbroken, my progression-style playthrough series of the Lord of the Rings living card game. Here I am playing the second scenario from the Angmar Awakened cycle, Escape from Mount Graham. It's an interesting quest. It's different to most quests. It's a repeat of the mechanic where one of your heroes is captured, although in this case it's two of your heroes. And yeah, it's rather interesting. So, setup. Each player shuffles his starting hand into his deck. So, I'm just going to discard them and shuffle them into deck. I'm not actually sure if I hit shuffle into deck if it'll move them to the right deck. So, I guess I don't control this because the next bit I know won't work if I try to do it in the same window. So, right. Each player prepares a separate captured deck. See insert. There is a rules card on here in Octagon. So, preparing a captured deck. When setting up Escape from Mount Graham, Stage 1A instructs each player to prepare a separate captured deck. A captured deck represents the allies, heroes, and equipment taken from each player's party that he or she must find and recover before they can be played. To prepare a captured deck, remove all allies, item attachments, mount attachments, and artifact attachments from the player deck and shuffle them together. This pile is now referred to as your captured deck. A captured deck does not have its own discard pile. Any cards that are discarded from a captured deck are placed in its owner's discard pile. After preparing his or her captured deck, each player chooses only one hero to be his or her starting hero. Then each player randomly sets aside one of his or her other heroes face down. Shuffle any remaining heroes into their owner's captured decks, then place each face down set aside hero on top of its owner's captured deck. And then that's when we get to actually playing the quest, and that's multiple staging areas, which I don't need to go over because I have done it before. Now, handily, there is in Octagon, you can right-click Quest-Specific Actions, Escape from Mount Graham, Capture Deck. Create your capture deck, yes, and there we go. So this is my remaining deck, 27 cards. This is my capture deck of 23. Now, I'm quite certain that if I do this, or from the same window, it'll add the cards from here to this capture deck, which is obviously wrong. So I'm going to have to change windows quickly. Take control of my deck here again, because obviously this is much quicker than doing it by hand. Capture deck, and there we go. It's 19 cards in the actual deck and 31 in the captured deck. So now, I will choose one hero to be my starting hero on each side. Here it's going to be Rossiel, since she's the new hero. And here it's going to be Idrain, since I would like to have access to Spirit right from the start. So, I have to randomize these. So I'm going to shut my eyes while I continually press page down so I don't know which way around they are. And then make sure I'm in the right tab, shuffle one in here and put the other on top, and then the same on this side. So keep okay, now I don't know which is which. Shuffle one in and put the other on top. Right. So each player adds 2 resources to his starting hero and sets his threat to that hero's threat cost. So my starting threat here is 8, and here it is 11. Sets Southern Gate, Jailer Gornak, and the Angmar Orcs encounter set aside out of play. Shuffle the encounter deck. Each player draws a new starting hand of 3 cards. Obviously all the encounter deck stuff is done automatically. There's the Angmar Orcs encounter set, and here are the 2 set aside things. So, new starting hands. Okay, that's a decent start, and here that's alright. You have endured much during your imprisonment in Mount Graham at the hands of a cruel goblin known as Gornak. But before you are taken north as prizes for Lord Dakenar, a Marthul comes to your rescue. After he frees you, he slips off to find Yarian, whom you suspect is imprisoned nearby. Armed with only your wits and resolve, you must find the rest of your company. When revealed, each player creates his own staging area and advances to a different Stage 2A. All the Stage 2As are the same. It's just that obviously each have a separate quest card. So I'm just going to go this far. So, alone and without your equipment, you steel yourself and begin to search for your companions and belongings. Capture 7. When revealed, search the encounter deck for 1 copy of Prison Cell, reveal it, and add it to your staging area. Then capture an additional 2 cards from the top of your captured deck underneath that copy of Prison Cell. So now we look at the Capture X keyword. Capture is a new keyword in Escape from Mount Graham that represents locations or enemies that guard 1 or more captured cards. When an encounter card or quest card with the Capture X keyword enters play, before resolving that card's when revealed effects, each player takes the top X cards of his or her captured deck and captures them by placing them face down underneath that card. If the players are at different stages of the quest, only the players at that stage perform this act. Captured cards and rescuing cards. When cards are captured face down underneath an encounter card, those cards are called captured cards and are considered to be out of play under no player's control. This can occur from the Capture X keyword or from encounter card effects that instruct a player to capture 1 or more cards underneath a specified card. If a card is captured from play, all tokens on that card and attachments on that card are discarded. When an encounter card or quest card with 1 or more captured cards underneath it leaves play, all of the captured cards underneath it are rescued by their owners. Rescued cards are placed in their owner's hands. If a hero card is rescued, immediately put it into play under its owner's control. So, since both of these are Capture 7, I have to lose 7 cards from my capture deck. So obviously I know that one of these is one of my other heroes, in each case. Though I don't know which of my other heroes, and because of the text on the other side of the quest card, I don't know when I will rescue that hero, because the cards are rescued in a random order. That's 5. And just Octagon information, if people didn't know, the way that you put cards on face down is you hold shift while you drag them onto the table. And yes, I need a copy of Prison Cell for each side. I'm going to move these up here, out of the way. So I'll need space for the different staging areas. So, Prison Cell and Prison Cell. So, Prison Cell is Capture 1, and it also says then capture an additional 2 cards from the top of your capture deck underneath that copy of Prison Cell. So I need 3 captured cards. on each prison cell. And this deck contains staging area here. And 3 more captured cards. Alright, yes, capture 1. Response: after the players travel to prison cell, look at the captured cards underneath it and choose 1 to put into play at no cost. Place the other cards back underneath the prison cell. And now I can flip this over and look at the other side in each case. Anytime players would place progress tokens on this quest, rescue an equal number of captured cards at random from underneath it instead. Progress is placed on the active location before triggering this effect. Forced: if there are no captured cards underneath Gornak's dungeons, join another player at the beginning of the travel phase. If you cannot join another player, all players advance to stage 3A together. And so now I am ready to begin the quest, so Control N. Draw an extra card. Okay. So I'm definitely going to play this Deep Knowledge. Of course, the Doomed and card draw only affect this deck, as we're at separate staging areas. So, alright, I definitely want to get down a Resourceful right away and play Out of the Wild. Top 5 cards, the encounter deck, any one non-objective card worth no victory points. So, now, I think I should probably go for an enemy to get Rossiel's defense boost online, even though that probably won't be relevant for a little while. And even though I might like to get rid of one of the treacheries. So, yeah, I think let's get rid of this Goblin Tormentor to the victory display. Discard Out of the Wild. And shuffle the encounter deck. Now, since I have King's Lances, it is important for me to remember that there is 1 card worth no victory points in the victory display. In fact, I will just stick resources on here so I can remember until I go up to 5, at which point King's Lances is free and I don't need to remember. I will also play Protector of Warden onto Rossiel. And now this deck's planning, I will just play both copies of Resourceful. Simple enough. So, quest phase. Send Rossiel on the quest for 2 and reveal Captors of Gornak. Each player chooses one of his allies and captures it underneath the encounter card with the highest threat. Well, since I have no allies, that does absolutely nothing. So I'm questing for 2 against 1. So I make 1 progress, which means I rescue 1 card from underneath the quest card at random. So let's do a random number, 1 to 7. 2. So I've rescued this card. East Road Ranger. Alright. And on this side, likewise, I quest for 2 and reveal Tunnels of Mount Graham. Capture 1. X is the number of captured cards underneath Tunnels of Mount Graham. So that means there is 2 threats in the staging area, and I break even. Now the travel phase. So this deck will travel to the prison cell, and response after the players travel to prison cell, look at the captured cards underneath it and choose 1 to put into play at no cost. Place the cards back underneath the prison cell. So, okay. I will choose, I suppose, to put the Harbour Master into play at no cost. since Gandalf will be useless right now. Oh, well, I suppose he could reduce my threat or draw me more cards, but that wouldn't help that much. And likewise, this deck will also travel to the prison cell, and alright, let's put Legolas into play for no cost, since he's the most expensive. And obviously that is it for the round. Control N. Get extra resources from these resourcefuls. Draw an extra card here. Okay. Unexpected courage. That could come in pretty handy. Of course, it's sort of intended for Rossiel, since she's good at questing and defending, but I might rather save myself at this point. Okay, I'm going to discard a sneak attack. Yeah, if I do get an enemy, then being able to have it indefinitely ready could be very significant. So let's play this unexpected courage onto Idrim. And this deck is playing nothing. I can't afford the East Road Ranger. And that's the only thing that would be particularly useful. So, this quest, I could actually send Legolas on the quest. Yeah, I'm going to send Legolas on the quest. So this deck is questing for 3 against 1. That's doomed 3. Until the end of the round, each enemy gets -10 engagement cost and +1 attack. If there are no enemies in play, search the encounter deck and discard part for an enemy and add it to the staging area. Well, I could do that, or I could cancel this. In which case, well, I'm questing for 3 against 1, so I would make 2 progress. On the other hand, of course, if I grab the enemy, I won't make the progress, but I can deal with it. So I'm going to go grab an enemy, I think. So, Dungeon Guard seems like a reasonable choice to me. A very good choice, actually. So let's grab a Dungeon Guard. So I'm questing for 3 against 2, I make 1 progress. And over here. Oh, of course, worth noting, Harbourmaster. Response after a card effect adds any number of resources to the resource pool of a hero you control. Harbourmaster gets +1 defense until the end of the round. Since I have a resourceful, which adds a resource every resource phase, this Harbourmaster will consistently have +1 defense. So I can get more resourcefuls in, then obviously that'll go up. But right now, the defense is irrelevant because I'm questing with Rossiel and the Harbourmaster for 3. Each player discards the top card of his captured deck and raises his threat by that card's printed resource cost. If at least one player discarded no cards from this effect, interrogation gains doomed 2. So I discard an 8th guide and raise my threat by 2. However, that added no threat to the staging area, so I make 3 progress. And explore the prison cell, meaning I rescue both of these cards. So now we come to the travel phase. Neither deck can travel because this deck has no locations and this deck already has an active location. Encounter phase. I really need to put my staging area somewhere that there'll be more of a clear distinction between engaged enemies and enemies in the staging area. Oh no, I remember what I decided to do during the test plays. I'll just put the enemies alongside like this when they're engaged. So, yes, I optionally engage this enemy. Ready a drain with unexpected courage. And I'm going to take this undefended. Exhaust a character you control. Great. The whole plan was that I would then be able to kill the dungeon guard. And, oh, I forgot to actually capture a card under him. But whatever this captured card would be, I would then get to put it into play at no cost, which would be very handy, but no such luck. I guess I'll hold Legolas back next round. Now, Control N. Extra resource here, and here, 2 here. 1 card here, King's Lancers. Worth noting, of course, both decks still share a victory display, even though we're at separate staging areas. So, okay. Get rid of another enemy. Cool Torturer, perhaps. I'm not that bothered about the treacheries, particularly because they add no threat to the staging area in general, so they make my questing road easier. I could do the patrol room, since I've yet to see Leave My Trace. But I think I want to get rid of this Cool Torturer. Maybe that's a mistake. I don't know. There are now 2 cards with no victory points in the victory display. Let's also play an East Road Ranger. And that'll be it. Over here, I could play King's Lancers for 3. That might be a good idea. What would I do with it? Draw cards or lower threat, I suppose. Draw cards. So, use the cost to play King's Lancers by 1 for each card worth no victory points in the victory display. Actually, add King's Lancers to the victory display, then choose 1, add 2 resources to a hero's resource pool. Draw 3 cards or reduce your threat by 4. So let's draw 3 cards. Alright, I'm not going to play the second unexpected courage. Now, questing 2, 3, 4. There's an empty staging area and no active location. And I reveal a side quest. Stop the executioners. Several of your captured companions are being sent to the executioner's block. If you make it in time, you might be able to save them before they are slain. Capture 5. Time 4. Forced. When the last time counter is removed from this quest, discard its captured cards and remove this quest from the game. Then raise each player's threat by 3 for each of his characters that was discarded by this effect. So, get that here. And capture 5 4, 5. But that added no threat to the staging area, it didn't surge. So I am questing for 4. I have rescued 4 of these cards. There are only 6 there. So I'm going to get 2 random numbers, and those would be the ones that I have not rescued. So random number 1 to 6, 4, and random number 1 to 5, 3. So 3 and 4 I have not rescued. However, these I have. I know that this one is a hero. Grima. And the other 3 are allies, so they go into my hand. And now I'm just going to quest for 2 against 1 and reveal Cruel Torturer. Capture 1. So that's 3 threat versus my 2 willpower. My threat goes up by 1, but then I can ready a drone with Unexpected Courage. Nothing more is happening for this deck. Yeah, there are 3 cards. I need to remember to keep updating this until it gets to 5. So, yeah, I could play... Oh no, I couldn't play Akima's Lances for free yet, even if Green is doomed. So, I'm not engaging this Cruel Torturer. To a Shadow card. Drain or defend. No damage. And Legolas will attack, killing the Dungeon Guard, which means I get to put this card into play for no cost. It's a Curious Brandybuck. And also I draw a card for Legolas, King's Lances. At the end of the round, stop the executioners, we'll lose a time counter, and control N. Extra resource here, extra 2 resources here. Draw a card. Okay. I think maybe I just leave it on this side. Whereas on this side, I'm going to play this Deep Knowledge. Give 2, draw 2, okay. Let's play Scout Ahead, though I don't think I want to do it right now. And let's also play this Wandering Ent. Don't feel entirely ready to deal with this Cruel Torturer yet. I should possibly have this deck just finish rescuing its cards so that we can join up. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. So, okay, well, it's this deck to quest first. So I'll quest for 4 against 3. No, I'll quest for 5 against 3. Reveal, okay, capture 1. And he's an extra 2 threat. So 5 against 1, I make no progress. Ready a drone with Unexpected Courage. And this guy currently is 5 attack, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards have captured cards underneath them. Over here, on the other hand, yeah, that's 2, 4, 5, 6. It's probably overkill. Stick with 4. And reveal a doomed 3. Until the end of the round, each enemy gets -10 engagement cost and +1 attack. If there are no enemies in play, search the battle deck in the discard pile for an enemy and add it to the staging area. So let's go grab a Dungeon Guard. Shuffle the encounter deck. Capture 1. Oh, hang on. In my first round, I had this come up. Oh, that was the second round. +1 attack. I forgot about the +1 attack. So I guess the fair way to do it is to add the 1 damage, though realistically I wouldn't have taken it undefended if I had remembered that it was 3 attack rather than 2, I wouldn't have taken it undefended. So, remembering that everything is +1 attack. Okay, I'm questing for 4 against 1. I've definitely rescued these 2 cards. Which means that now I'm done here. Join another player at the beginning of the travel phase. So now everything is back together. And there's a lot of stuff to be dealt with. Okay, obviously we can't travel. Now, here's a potentially interesting question. Sound the alarm. Each enemy gets -10 engagement cost and +1 attack until the end of the round. Since you just joined up, does that effect apply to these enemies? I'm not sure. I feel like it could be argued either way, because on the one hand, yeah, like it's a persistent effect from the encounter deck that continues to apply even to things which weren't in play at the time it was triggered. However, one could argue that the effect was triggered at this stage of the quest, and thus does not apply now that we are at this stage of the quest. Which arguably might even mean it stops applying here to this Dungeon Guard, though that would be a very charitable interpretation. I mean, either way I can deal with it, because I'm going to engage the Dungeon Guard anyway, and -10 engagement cost would mean I would have to engage this Goblin Tormentor, but both decks could lower their threat with King's Lances, if that were a concern. But I feel like since the effect was triggered here, it doesn't apply here. because they're different staging areas. So I'm just going to engage this dungeon guard, which I think this one does still have the +1 attack, but Rossiel has +2 defense against orcs, because there's an orc in the victory display. If this attack would damage an ally, it would not. What is in the victory display? It's 2 orcs and King's Lances, isn't it? Yeah. So, we're going to lose another time counter from here. Then Control N. Distant stars. And resourceful over here. Right, this deck is no longer in secrecy. So I might want to do something about that with King's Lances. Warden of Healing would be nice. Yeah, I am going to trigger Yuna's Doomed and pay 1 for the Warden of Healing. Okay, so Distant Stars. Exalt a range or scout character to discard a non-unique active location. Then takes the encounter deck and discard card for a non-unique location and make it the active location. Shuffle the encounter deck. No, I don't think that's going to be useful right now. I want to wait a bit before doing that. Over here, this deck is still in secrecy, so I guess may I wish I had one of my tactics here. Well, I wish I had Mablung back. I suppose Mablung gets extra resources by engaging enemies, so it's not so important that he gets a resourceful. Well, I'm definitely playing Unexpected Courage onto Rossiel, so that she can quest and defend. And then, I suppose under the circumstances, yeah, no, I'm going to hold on to that resourceful. I don't really need the extra spirit resources. So, the threat on the staging area is 2, 4, 5. And I think I want to quest to stop the executioners. So I can quest for 2, 4, 7, because I'm questing to a side quest, and thus +2 willpower. 2, 4, 7, 9, 11, 13. That is not enough. Let's see, can I improve this at all? If I were to do a Distant Stars, what other locations could I go to? Just these prison cells. I could also quest with the Harbour Master and the Warden of Healing. Go up to 15. I do have Protector of Lorien available. So yeah, I need 8 progress to get through this. Let's go for 15. And so, reveal. Each player discards the top card in this capture deck and registers the threat. Might prefer not to get any additional threat raises, so I'm going to test of will that. And Tunnels of Mount Graham. Capture 1, because we are now both at the same stage. Both players capture cards for the keywords here. Meaning that this Tunnels of Mount Graham is 2 threat, as opposed to 1 on this one. So I have added 2 threat. I'm making 8 progress, which is exactly what I need. 2 here and 6 here. So this goes to the victory display. All of these cards come back to the hand of this deck. None of them is Theodred. And this is explored, and these 2 cards come back to the hand of this deck. And Idraan readies because we explored the location, and because we explored the active location, I put Curious Brandybuck on the bottom of my deck. That was the wrong deck. Bottom. Okay. I'm just going to shuffle afterwards, because I accidentally looked at my entire deck. There we go, bottom of the deck. Since there are so few cards in said deck. Oh, and sorry, I also, when Prison Cell goes, I will. Actually, will I play Leave No Trace? Might be better to do it on the Tunnels of Mount Graham, but no, I'll do it now to get Russell's Willpower Boost up and running straight away. And now let's travel to the Tunnels of Mount Graham with 2 cards underneath. And move into combat. I'm still not engaging these. So yeah, let's go with this. Oh, so Rossiel defends, takes no damage, and Legolas can kill this, which gets me back this Amphibian Tracker. Oh, which I can immediately put into play for no cost, because of the effect on the Dungeon Guard. And this deck can draw a card. Feint. Be useful when I have a tactics hero. Okay, actually now might be a good time for Distant Stars. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to play Distant Stars, because obviously there's no point in this Amphibian Tracker. There's nothing that I can do with this Amphibian Tracker's action right now other than Distant Stars. So, Distant Stars. Exhaust a Ranger or Scout character to discard a non-unique active location. Then search the encounter deck and discard pile for a non-unique location and make it the active location. Shuffle the encounter deck. So, I discard this location, which means that the cards underneath it are rescued straight away. And now I can search the encounter deck and discard pile for a non-unique location and make it the active location. So let's take a look in here. Okay, Patrol Room. Yeah, that seems like a good one. I dodged the travel cost. It only has 2 quest points. And it's capture 2, so it gets me more cards back. And now I know that what is in the encounter deck is Feeble and Weary. Each player must either deal 1 damage to each exhausted character he controls, or remove each exhausted character he controls from the quest. A dungeon guard, and another patrol room. So, shuffle the encounter deck, and of course, the capture keyword triggers on the cards entering play, so capture 2 goes off now. Two cards from each captured deck. I'm just going to keep them down here. And let's clear which ones come from which deck. Control N. Extra resource here, extra 2 resources here. Oh, yep, the victory display now contains 5 cards worth no victory points, so Keena's Lancers is free for the rest of the game. And this deck draws a card. A Watchful Peace, because I didn't have enough of those. What is the shadow effect on patrol run? Plus 1 attack, plus 2 instead of the defending post threat is 20 or higher. Right, okay, plenty of resources here, so let's play this minstrel, drop my threat to 20. Play another Unexpected Courage onto Raziel, and I guess that'll be it. Over here, I'm going to play Keena's Lancers to drop my threat by 4. Then play another Resourceful. Play the Keys of Orthanc. And then, yeah, then let's trigger Green is Doomed, which will also trigger the keys, adding a resource and putting more defense on the Halvemaster. And pay 2 for another East Road Ranger. Or, actually no, let's save the East Road Ranger and just make it 1 for another Wandering Int. So, alright. Quest phase, I will exhaust the Ethereum Tracker. And I do want to quest to the main quest this time round, because since there are so few cards left in the encounter deck, Scout Head will not be as useful. Also, actually it might be worth saving Scout Head until I advance to stage 3 and shuffle all of the Angmar Orcs encounter set back into the encounter deck, so I can take out something from there. So, there is an underground location in the victory display, so Raziel will be questing for 4. So it's 4, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 versus 5. Where does that sound? Sounds not unreasonable. So oh, this is 5. Yeah, I should get a reasonable amount out of this. So I will feeble and weary. So well, let's see. I could do the damage on this side, and it's each player. So I think I get to make decisions separately. Here, of course, if I do the damage, I will kill my handmaiden. So I might just remove the willpower. So I'm requesting for 8. Or no, hang on. No, I'll just cancel the treachery. So it's still pressing for 12. That's cancelled. And the second card of staging is Dungeon Guard. Capture 1. But he does not count as threat because of the Athenian tracker. So I'm at 7 progress. 2 on the patrol room, and 5 cards are rescued. Suppose if I discard to Protector of Lorien, I could actually advance the quest right now. But I don't know if that's the best idea, because I would have to deal with Jada Gorno. It takes 11 to kill. 7. Yeah, I can't kill him right now. So I'll just stick with the 7, so I'm rescuing 5 of these cards. First, let's get these. Alright. And these. And then I will, of course, do 2 random numbers to find the cards which I'm not rescuing. So I'm not rescuing card number 4. And then, of course, I discount card number 4 and do random number 1 to 6. So I'm not rescuing cards 3 and 4 once again. Which means I have gotten back Mablung. Excellent. Oh, Adrian has ready because I explored the location. 2. These 3. Alright. So now, obviously, I will travel to the tunnels of Mount Graham. I have to deal with this dungeon guard. But okay, this deck will engage the dungeon guard, Mablung gains a resource. And this deck, I think, will engage the Cruel Torturer, who will just the Goblin Tormentor in the staging area. Shadow cards. Oh, of course, yeah, there's. And I know what the remaining card is. What its shadow effect does. If I can just think of it. It's this. So plus 2 attack with 20 plus threat is 20 or higher. Does it have to be 20 or higher? And I would quite like that resourceful on Mablung. So I'll play Keena's Lances and drop my threat by 4. And Mablung is going to defend this. So +1 attack. He takes 1 damage. Over here, Rossiel defends for 4. He takes no damage. Now Idrain can kill this Dungeon Guard. So after the cards underneath Dungeon Guard are rescued, players may put one of them into play for no cost. So let's see what they are. Since I've only just got Mablung back, I'm going to go for the Tactics card, which of course will go onto Rossiel. So she now has +2 hit points and Sentinel. And this goes back to hand. And it's going to take 5 attack to kill this. 3 from my last. 5. There we go. And this is an Elven Jeweler. There we go. And the Warden of Healing can heal Idrain and Mablung. This guy is down to only 3 attack. And we control N. Two extra resources from Resourcefuls, and here as well. So the Harbmaster is going to be 2 by default, 3 if I trigger the keys. And over here, there's my last Keena's Lances. Okay. Well, let's play Gather Information, though actually it's not necessarily going to be that useful given how small my decks are at this point. So, okay, I want to be ready for Jailer Gornak, which means we'll be able to attack for 11 to kill him right away. So I obviously get 3 from Legolas. And I can get that'll be up to 7. I can play Quick Beam, obviously, for number 3. That's 3, 6, 8, 10. Just 1 more, which, I mean, it could just be Rossiel, but I think I can manage to play something else. Actually, yeah, let's... Okay, so I am going to trigger Green is Doomed. And I'm going to play for 1 an Envoy of Pelagia and add a resource to Mablung since I only just got him back. Unless it's useful. Let's see, what else can I play? I'm going to move this up here. A bit more healing, I can play another Ent. Actually, yeah, let's just play Treebeard right away. And over here, well, I'm going to get the Elven Jeweler in by discarding these 2. I'm going to pay 1 for Resourceful on Mablung. And pay 2 for an Honor Guard. And could play a Hammer Vanguard. Yeah, Honor Guard is good. So, yeah, so I'm questing to the main quest again. There's 2 threats in the staging area. And I'm questing for 4, 6, 8, 10, cancelling the first enemy, 12, 14, 17. Massive overkill. Dungeon Guard does not count its threat. Capture 1. And this again. Okay, so this time I definitely can just remove these characters from the quest. 2, 7 willpower. Here I can deal damage. So I lose 7 willpower. But I'm still questing for 10 against 2. I only needed 6 progress. Tunnels of Mount Graham are explored. Rescue this Honor Guard. The drone readies. And of course, these 2 cards are rescued. Warden and the Mother Elven Jeweler. So now, join another player at the beginning of the trial phase. If you cannot join another player, all players advance to stage 3A together. I assume still at the beginning of the trial phase. Got 2 more copies of Gonex Dungeons. Very valuable playing with up to 4 players. Having rescued as many of your companions as you can find, you begin to make your way towards the dungeon's hidden exit. By now Gornach is surely aware of your escape, and the orcs that were with Balladir are now searching for you as well. When revealed, add Southern Gate and Jailer Gornach to the staging area, shuffle the Angmar Orcs encounter set into the encounter deck, then reveal 1 encounter card per player from the top of the encounter deck. So, Jailer Gornach. 3 threat, 5 attack, 3 defense, 8 hit points. Forced after 1 or more captured cards are rescued, Jailer Gornach engages the player with the highest threat and makes an immediate attack. Speaking of captured cards. Southern Gate. 3 threat, 8 quest points, immune to player card effects. Jailer Gornach is not immune to player card effects, so I can feint it if I want. While it's the active location, each orc enemy gets +2 attack. Forced. When Southern Gate becomes the active location, each player with less than 35 threat must raise his threat to 35. Let's shuffle the Angmar Orcs into the encounter deck, and then reveal 1 card per player. Roll to encounter deck. Shuffle. And we reveal Angmar Marauder and Interrogation. Player discards the top card of his captured deck and raises the threat by 1. Okay. So raise my threat by 2. And also raise my threat by 2. Not a big deal. Orcs and goblins rush to find you before you can make your escape. You must make haste if you wish to make it out of Mount Graham alive. The players cannot travel to Southern Gate unless there is at least 16 progress on this stage. The players cannot defeat this stage while Southern Gate is in play. If the players defeat this stage, they have escaped to Mount Graham and win the game. So I have to get 16 progress here, then travel to the gate and explore the gate. So, right now this means I cannot travel. but I can engage some enemies. I will engage Jelagorna with this deck. Yeah, I suppose it's probably better to have the Dungeon Guard here. That's my attack for the old corner. 3, 5, 8, 10, 11. Yeah, leaving no additional attack over here. So that's all I can do, but I'm not yet past the engagement cost of anything else, so that's fine. Shadows. Yeah, I'm just going to defend. He's an orc, so got +1 attack. So he's attacking for 6 against Rossiel's 4 defense. I could discard to Protector of Lorien. Yeah, actually I'll discard and make Guide and cancel 1 point of damage with the Honor Guard. So Rossiel is now defending for 5. And of course she's a Sentinel with the Elven Mail, so obviously no damage there. So 3, 5, 7, 8, 11 attack. Jelagorna goes to the victory display. This deck draws a card. I'm going to discard Arnor and Legolas to bring another Jeweler into play. Not that it's relevant right now. The drain attacks for 3. And one of these cards can be put into play for no cost. Let's take the Henavani Guard. And if Guide is just rescued normally to my hand, Goblin Tormentor is down to 1 attack. I can do some healing. Marina and Treebeard. And control N. So 3 goes there, 2 there, 1 there. I have to draw a card here. Light of Valinor. Alright, so I play Light of Valinor onto Rossiel. Oh, it was also Treebeard. Let's play another Honor Guard. Pretty much set for the rest of the game at this point. Daemon's Runes. Ah, there's Steward of Gondor. It's kind of hard master, I don't need all of them. In fact, I'm not sure I need the one that I have. Daemon's Runes again. Don't really need another Leave No Trace. Wouldn't mind being able to rescue Theodred. That would be kind of useful. Oh, hang on. Oh no, sorry. For some reason I thought Arwen was already in play when I discarded her for that Elven Jeweler. Make it a Watchful Peace instead. And play Arwen. And she's going to be targeting the Harbour Master, I guess. It's probably not going to come up because Rossiel can defend everything. And because I'm not going to be triggering the keys. So play the Warden of Healing and my final Wandering Int. Source this guy. And let's see. Questing, there is no active location, so Rossiel is only 2, which doesn't exhaust. Then 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 16, 18, 19, 20, 22, 24. Touching the Hangman Guard actually. So I'm questing for 24 against 8. Suppose I can make it 25. 25 against 8. I need 16 progress. So I currently have a buffer of 1. I'm discounting the threat of the first enemy. I can discard to protect your Lorien. It's possible that I could manage this. Or I could go to a side quest. But no, as much as I like the side quests, right now I am close enough to victory that I think I can just go for it. So, prison cell, capture 1. And Angmar Captain, who does not count his threat. So that means that the only threat I've added is the 1 threat of the prison cell. And so in fact I do make 16 progress. Yeah, because the Escape from Mount Graham quest-specific encounter set is pretty light on threat because it anticipates that you're only going to have 1 hero while you're dealing with it. So it works out quite nicely. Alright, there's 16 progress. Let's travel to the Southern Gate. So, when Southern Gate becomes the active location, each player with less than 35 threat must raise his threat to 35. I suppose I should have... I'm going to do a retcon on that and say that I did trigger Greener and the keys, because that's kind of the point here. It raises threat when that doesn't matter, because as soon as I go to the Southern Gate, which I have to do in order to win, I go up to 35. But that said, there's nothing saying I can't then drop it again afterwards, so let's go back down to 31 on both sides. But, okay, this is up to 2 attack again. I do have to deal with these 2. I don't have to deal with this captain, though I can potentially, if I want to. I can feint him. But I might just leave him. Because of the Southern Gate, they're each an extra +2 attack. So 4 and 5. How much will it take to give him 4? And 6. There's no attack power over here, so let's just have them both with this deck. Another one gains a resource. Rossiel can defend both of them. So this is 5 attacks, she takes 1 damage, which I can cancel. And then she defends this one. 4 attack, no damage. And now, I guess, attack for 5. Kill this, rescue this. And draw a card. Here's my last test of will. Attack for 3, deal 1 damage. Do some more healing. Is there anyone here? Yes, there is. And that's it. Control M. Extra resource on here. Extra 2 resources on here. 1 here, 2 here. Almost emptied this deck. Now this time I am not going to trigger Greener, but let's just pay 6 for 2 more East Road Rangers. And over here, let's get the drain, a blade of Gondolin. Play Handmaiden, reduce my threat by 1. Play my final Honor Guard. Well, this may well be superfluous. And I will be questing to scout ahead. I think it's ambiguous as to whether I get the victory point for exploring it, given that the southern gate is explored first. In fact, I probably don't, because I win before I finish Person Progress and explore Scout Ahead as well, but I can count it or not either way. But significantly, it means that my East Road Rangers will each be 3 willpower. Now, the Southern Gate is a mountain location, not an underground location, so Rossiel is still only 2 willpower. But request for 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 19, 21, 25, 27, 29, 31, 33, cancelling the threat of the first enemy, against 4 threat. And reveal Cruel Torturer, capture 1. And does not count as a threat. And Angmar Awakened. Either discard 1 ally from play, or reveal an additional encounter card, or play Test of Will. Just to forestall the choice. So that's 2 threat from the Angmar Awakened. So I'm making 27 progress. the Southern Gate, and Scout Head. And I can obviously, if the game wasn't over, then it would be relevant for me to trigger Scout Head, look at the top 6 cards of the encounter deck, choose one to add to the victory display, and then rearrange the others so I could decide what I want to be a shadow card and what I want to be revealed next round. But since the game is over, none of that matters. And there we go. Not that difficult in the end. The most difficult part is the start of the quest, really, and that's the place that has the most potential to kind of randomly go wrong, because if you just get too much threat early on, and if the thing that you rescue from the initial prison cell isn't useful. I mean, obviously you get 3 cards to choose from under that initial prison cell, so you have a decent chance of getting something useful, but potentially you might not. On the other hand, it obviously tends to get safer, in my experience at least, with more players, because then, even if one player doesn't get anything useful from that prison cell, the other player may well, and then the player who doesn't have anything useful can just tread water until the player with something useful can rescue all their 7 cards and come bail out the second player. In my test play, it was the Rossiel deck that things went wrong for, and this deck had to bail Rossiel out, and this time it was sort of the other way around. So, the all-important question, where is Theodred? There he is, in that prison cell. And where is Bjorn? Okay, so that final prison cell contained my 2 remaining heroes. So maybe I should have gone there, get those 2 back, but never mind. What was in here? Another envoy and another suit of elven mail. And over here I had yeah, nothing too significant. The Westward Travelers are nice, of course. I just loaded up a bunch of willpower on the Spirit allies and combat from the Tactics allies. What was the one card left here? Oh, yes, of course, it was that Curious Brandy back up from earlier in the game. Tend to have a decent chance of running out your decks in this quest, because so much of them is captured at the start. And then you end up with your hands flooded with cards because you rescue them and you don't have enough resources to play all of them. Even if you custom build and have resourcefuls and greener working for you, and well, I had Steward, but I didn't have Theodred, so I couldn't play it. I suppose if Theodred had come back, then I could have played Steward, could have played the sneak attacks, probably would have put Steward onto Rossiel, and so yeah, maybe I would have managed to empty this hand. This one, less so. Got a few more tactics resources. Yeah, I could have done something. But of course, that's also why I made sure to include Protector of Lorien and Elven Jewelers, so I could definitely get some easy use out of the spare cards in my hand by just discarding them for effect. Regardless, that worked out very well. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.